What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Dylan Nossman, and
Sorry, lad.
there we go. No, you're good. I'll restart. What is going on, ladies
Wow,
and
the
gentlemen? My
sound's
name is
gone.
Dylan Nossman.
Can't hear you.
Sound's gone. You can't hear me? What?
Oh, lad. It was my fault that my alarm went off, but I can't hear you.
No, you're good. Oh.
I think yeah,
Better?
that's better. Sorry, lad. My alarm went off to let me know the interview was about, lad.
You're totally good, man. All good. No worries. All right. From the top. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dylan Nossman with Calf Kick Sports, and I'm joined today by a very, very special guest, Shem Rock, ahead of his fight next Saturday with Attila Korkmaz. Short notice, came together quick. First of all, how are we doing, man? How are you feeling ahead of this fight?
Yeah, I'm good, lad. I'm fucking that time now, innit, lad? Almost a week.
Yeah.
No, exactly a week. I'm just ready to get in there and just smash someone's head in.
Absolutely. So obviously, news broke. You're fighting Attila Korkmaz, 73 kilograms. Very short notice. Your opponent pulled out. Prince of Persia, whoever. I don't really know the deal with him, but didn't want to face the Shem show. Talk to me a little bit about how this fight came about and how you're just feeling about the matchup. Obviously on short notice.
Yeah, this is me third opponent. This fight, but it's not new to me, lad. This happens all the time to me. Outcome wants to fight me, but my whole thing from the start was, why the fuck am I fighting a guy from Tajikistan making his debut with 0 OKTAGON fights who's only 6-1?
Yeah,
I should have been fighting Korkmaz from the start. He's ranked 6 in the promotion. He's German, fighting him in his back garden. I don't know. I just didn't get it. So the fight that's come through in the end is the best fight. I seen Korkmaz posting all through the camp because I follow him on Instagram, saying he's ready. If anyone pulls out, he'll step in. He's obviously not that ready because he's fighting at 73 because he can't make 70, the fat bastard. But whatever we had to do to save the card, lad. If I didn't accept 73, it was no fight. So I accepted 73, and here we are. And I'm gonna have to fucking, even though I like the guy, I'm gonna have to punch it all through his face, aren't I?
Hey, it's all business, man. And at the end of the day, I think the fight is obviously a much better opportunity to show your skills against a better named opponent and a guy who's actually showed that experience. But yet again, I still think it's a very good matchup for you, stylistically and all that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I had the opportunity to talk to your teammate George Staines earlier today out of Next Gen Liverpool. Obviously, he's fighting on the card as well, taking on Hafeni Nafuka. Talk to me a little bit about how it is for you, knowing you got a couple, guys making the trip over there with you and representing, your gym over in Germany on this card.
Yeah, there's going to be a few of us, lad. George is there. Dennis is on the card as well. It's going to be a little firm of us, to be honest, lad. I'm looking forward to it. George has got a very good fight in Nafuka. I think this is like a big breakout fight for his name. He beats this guy. Nafuka's just come off a main event against fucking Ivan Buchinger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been in the Game Changer. George gets a win. It's a big thing for his career. I'm pretty sure this might be the last fight on his contract or coming to the end. So then it puts him in a good place to renegotiate or do whatever he wants to do. I don't know. That's a question I have to have for George. I've never asked him.
Yeah.
Dennis as well. Got a really good fight in Topalai. Lad, I look at this card, honestly, and think the main event is shite. Lad, isn't it? Tell the truth.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and talk about it. The main event is shite. No one wants to see this big blockhead punch fuck out of what's his name, Bjorn Ironside. No one's asked that.
Yeah.
It should be me, the main event, versus Korkmaz, and then George or Dennis co-main event fighting big German names. Lad. No one gives a fuck about this.
No, absolutely. I was wondering if they were going to announce a better main event when this first got announced at some point. Kind of like how it happened with the last card. They had Holzer and Ilbe get jumped up to the main event, but nothing ever got announced. And I completely agree with you. I think there's much better showcases to put at the top of the card. But I guess Popek sells some tickets. apparently. But regardless, I think the card's pretty stacked below that main event.
Yes, good card.
A lot of really good fights.
Everyone will go home after that punch fuck out of Korkmaz, though. That blockhead will be getting no fans.
Yeah, 100%. So obviously you spent a lot of time with OKTAGON. There's been a lot of rumors, when the UFC was over in England, you were talking to Dana White, you got some stuff potentially cooking behind the scenes. What does your future look like potentially? What do you got to say about, after this fight, after you smash Korkmaz? Are you still trying to, get that short notice fight? Are you potentially going to stay with OKTAGON a little longer? What's kind of your mindset leaving this?
My future looks like money. I'm a prize fighter. After this fight, I've got 4 months left on my contract. If they want to give me another quick turnaround and a fight in Eden, if not, let's sit down and have the conversation on what's next. I'm not sure what's next, but that's something for me management, Intensity, and Graham Boylan to chat. My mate's fighting on PFL now, so I'm just half watching.
Yeah. Oh no, you're good. You're good. I just watched the Gemma Alt fight just a minute ago before I hopped on, so totally understand. But
me mate Malek was just fighting right now.
Yeah. No worries if you're distracted a little bit. I totally understand. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I think OKTAGON is doing huge things. I think they're really capitalizing the European market, and they have, the opportunity to promote. But I think they also need to start bringing in, some bigger stars to face guys like you and, Los Keita and the real big names in the promotion. So, I'll be interested to see how those negotiations go down, obviously.
Them cunts don't want to fight me, lad.
Yeah.
Keita, Ronnie, any of them cunts, they've left the division now. Ronnie's gone up, Keita's gone down. Everyone else in the ranking from 9 to 1 all said no. The only guy who's got the balls is Korkmaz, and he's done it on 1 week's notice. So respect to him and fuck everyone else, lad.
So obviously, good lads with Paddy Pimblett, train with him all the time. Talk to me a little bit about that win he had a couple weeks ago, just watching him kind of dominate Michael Chandler in the fashion he did. And do you see it obviously just being...
I'm listening. My mate just got dropped.
Oh, no, you're good. Oh, shit. Obviously being in the training room with him every day, is that kind of how you saw that fight going? And what's it been like for you seeing that development for Paddy over the years?
It's funny, lad, because everyone watching the come up then goes, like a guy like Chandler will fucking knock him out. Paddy fights with his chin in the air. And then we train with him every day, and we know, lad, we know the difference. Like, everyone says Paddy, if he wins, will submit him. And I'm like, nah, Paddy's going to TKO him. I knew for a fact. Like, I even put money on Paddy to TKO him in the second round, so he made me rich, lad. I'm happy.
Let's go.
The stylistic matchup for Paddy, he's too long, he's too physically imposing, he's too big. He gets on top of you, lad, he'll maul you. Even you seen DC saying Paddy wouldn't take Chandler down, and I'm just like, lad, these guys think because we're English, we can't fight. We can only box. Or I don't know what they think, lad, but I've been saying it for a long time, lad. Paddy's the future of the division. Everyone else is getting old. Dustin, Chandler, Charles, Islam's probably got 1 or 2 fights left in him. Paddy's in his prime, lad. It's Paddy's time now. Obviously, 100%. You've got a few other guys coming through who are dangerous. Oh, my mate just got stopped. Bastard.
Shit.
Bastard.
Dang.
But yeah, Paddy's the new blood. Paddy's the new blood.
Absolutely. And talk to me just about Next Gen Liverpool. How special is it having that room? I mean, obviously over the last few years, I think you guys have really elevated in that kind of top tier gym status in just the UK and England in general. What's it like just having that level of, training partner, especially at your weight class of 155 and having that training room just day in, day out pushing you?
Lad, we're showing levels, not just Paddy, but all of us. We're all doing bits. Riley, Cullen, Fletcher, me, Liam Gittins, all the amateurs coming through behind us. Like, we're half coming through, like, I don't know what you comparing to, like, a team like Fighting Nerds, maybe, where we just break out on the scene and with a big worldwide gym, never mind a big European gym. And Paddy's just leading the forefront of that, and you're going to see it next with me, Riley, Gittins, Cullen, Fletcher. We're just, I don't know, we're just in here every day training MMA. We're not one of these old school mentalities of boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and you see it in our performances, lad. We're all on fire.
Yeah.
And I think sky's the limit.
Well, something I really appreciate about your game, you talk about the MMA, not just the jiu-jitsu, is your work off the cage, especially securing chokes, getting guys to the fence, and then using the fence as your tool to block off a side, secure that rear naked choke. That's just kind of, like you said, an evolution of not just using jiu-jitsu in the cage, but understanding the cage is part of the sport, and you got to utilize that in those exchanges. As a guy who trains myself and fights myself, I just appreciate seeing that kind of next development of the sport and all that. But I also wanted to ask you, obviously, a few months ago, but I want to talk to you about your trip to Brazil. Obviously, had a very interesting trip training. Went to Shudo, Brazil, witnessed the legend Marty Max getting the TKO, the man with one arm. That was an awesome moment. I was watching that on stream. What was that trip like, and how was that? How do you feel that elevated your skills and gave you a new perspective on your training?
I was supposed to fight in December. Tore me hamstring and I tore me subscap in my shoulder. So the fight got cancelled. I went out to Brazil. Couldn't really train as hard as I wanted to. Obviously, still doing the rehab and stuff. But then once, because I was there for a good 4 weeks, once I got to the later end of the trip, I could train a bit more. I got to train in Fighting Nerds in São Paulo. I got to train in Jose Aldo's gym in Rio. It was good, lad. It just even more cements how good we know we are and how good our gym is when you go and see these other gyms and just go like, I know where I'd rather train. But to be honest, lad, I went that Fighting Nerds and I rated it there. I thought there was a lot of good guys in there, good MMA striking. Reminded me a bit of my gym with the MMA concepts, but I feel like they're a bit more striking and where there may be a little bit more grappling. But I had a good time in Brazil, lad. I had a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you've spoken a little bit about, your future moving forward. You're looking for the money fights, Is there any chance you see yourself chasing the belt in OKTAGON, or is it kind of belts don't matter? You just want kind of the biggest payday, biggest opportunities that you can find?
I'm bigger than the belt, lad. I am bigger than the belt. The only fight that maybe entertained me when it comes to the belt was Keita. I'm not even really asked about Ronnie. That cunt don't even sell. I sell more than these guys, bro. So let's say I'm not for the title, even though we all know I should have been for that shit long time ago. I should have had main events a long time ago, but whatever. Let's say I'm not for the title.
Whatever.
Who is then? Who is? Lomali, the guy who just pulled out against me. Agdi Sadari, another guy who don't sell shit. Now everyone knows who the boy is. Everyone knows who sells. Everyone knows who's winning fights, who's finishing in emphatic ways. There's a reason why people don't want to fight me, lad. And whether they give me the belt or they don't give me the belt, I ain't asked. I'll just keep winning and doing me. I'm getting paid. That's all I'm asked about, lad.
Yeah, 100%. So, obviously, you were in. I mentioned a little bit ago, UFC was in England a couple months ago. You spoken on social media, talked about some conversations with Dana White, hopefully getting your name in the pot to hopefully get signed, which I think, again, guys like you, Luke Riley, it's been long overdue. But could you share some of those details from those conversations? Any news word there? Or is it kind of just waiting for that short notice call or seeing what happens?
Ask no questions, no lies.
Fair enough. All right. Well, coming into this fight next Saturday, obviously takes a village. Is there anybody in particular you like to thank? Anybody, teammates, coaches, sponsors, anybody who's really helped you through this these fight camp of 3 opponents, I should say?
Fuck knows, lad. Just tune in and just watch violence.
Tune in.
Just tune in and watch violence. That's the only way you can support us, isn't it? Watch us fight.
Yeah.
I don't know, fucking follow us on Instagram or some shit. Who really cares, lad? We're fighting with you now. Fuck it.
Fair enough. Prize fighting. The Shem Show. It's coming to Germany. All right. Well, next Saturday, May 17th, watch Shem Show go out and take out Attila Korkmaz. It's going to be violent. It's going to be great. And once again, thanks for taking the time today, man. Appreciate you.
Go on. Safe for the next one.